from the Homestead, and I am talking everything blueberries. I am sitting in my blueberry patch, and I have some blueberry plants that I got this year that I want to plant. And so I just wanted to take you through how I set up my soil, how I plant out my plants, and then how I care for them in the winter and what type of fertilizer you should use. So let me just grab the fertilizer and we'll get started. Okay, so I currently have 4 blueberry bushes. I have been growing blueberries for a couple years now. These 2, one you can't see, had a ton of blossoms on it this year, so we're super excited because last year was their first year or second year, and this is their 3rd year, and so now I feel like we're really going to get a good harvest. These are northern high bush blueberries. So in our area, Maryland zone 7A, they do really well in the winters. They can overwinter without being brought in. They can go down to -15. So I felt like this was just a really good choice for this area. But this year I've decided to expand my blueberry patch and incorporate a couple different things. This is, as you know, the year of the variety, and I'm super excited to increase and include that in the blueberries. So I've already received 2 bushes earlier this year that I've planted, and I received the other 2 of the same variety just recently. Now these are the pink lemonade blueberries. So they have a really beautiful pink berry that is very sweet. And so I'm very, very excited to be planting these for the kids. We may not get any berries off of them this year, but we should get something off of them next year. And the one thing, I don't know if it's a regret or a wish, I don't know. But the one thing I wish I had done when I bought my house and like we had started our garden, I wish that I had put and established my berries first. Now I was a career lady at the time and finishing up grad school actually, so I had no concept of where my life would take me, which is this amazing path. But looking back, now that I know what I know, if any of you think you might want to do berries in the future, get them established now. Because just like trees, they take a while to actually produce fruit for you. They're a slower growing plant. They can bush very beautifully, but especially if you don't take precautions, often in the first couple years, the birds get the fruit. We've actually just let the birds get the fruit on these last couple years because it just made more sense than trying to cover the 2 bushes that were only giving us like 8 berries all year. But this year, we have a different concept of what's going to be happening here. So I'm just unpacking these blueberries, and as I do that, I want to tell you about the soil. This particular soil is a combination of potting mix, which has perlite in it, compost, which I've mixed in with it by hand, sphagnum moss for drainage, and a little bit of the raised garden bed soil, the organic raised garden bed soil that we use. So it's got a little bit of everything, but the most important thing with blueberries is drainage. That's why I use sphagnum moss in with the potting mix. Potting mix already has some pretty good drainage. I also should say that this soil mixture that I use is specifically for blueberries grown in containers. And I'll try to put links down below to the different soils that we use in case you're wanting to start your own blueberry patch. So all you do is you just mix it up, you put it in the container, and get ready to plant your blueberries. So the other thing I want to tell you about though is how do you get this soil that's now really good with drainage, that now offers a lot of space for your plant, because you do want something that's going to be at least 18 inches in diameter. Now I have these big pots for my older plants. they're gonna start off, my new ones are gonna start off in these little pots, and then I'll probably end up potting them up in like a year or two, but this way they can get a really well established in these little pots. So what I do is just add a little bit of this organic fertilizer. This is for azaleas. It's going to be great food for the plant itself. And again, I'll link this down below. And I just follow the instructions on the bag. So for fertilizing, all I'm going to do is I'm going to dig a hole twice as large as this pot so that the roots have place to expand. And then what I'm going to do is zhuzh in some fertilizer and plant my blueberry bush. It's super easy. Now, the last thing that I do is I will add, as you can see here with my other blueberry, I will add a layer of straw because Earth wants to be covered or she will cover herself. So by all means, please mulch. I mulch with straw. You can mulch with wood chips or really like grass clippings. And so I'm gonna have to add a little bit of mulch here after I water it in, but then this will be a very happy, healthy plant for hopefully a long time to come. So the last two blueberry varieties that I planted were the Perpetual Blueberries. So now I have two Highland bushes, Patriot Highland Bush, two Blueberry Perpetua, and 4 Pink Lemonade to round out my beautiful little berry patch. And you can see the difference. I planted these a month ago, these pink ones, and just received the ones that are in the back. I'm sorry, right here on the side. So you can see the difference a month worth of growth is. And so I'm really excited to see how big these new pink lemonades get in the span of time that we have this year. And then hopefully we'll have some really great blueberries to show. Thanks for hanging out with me today and learning more about blueberries. If you want to hit that subscribe button or like this video, if you'd like to learn more about the informative content of gardening, I'm happy to do more of these videos. I have a couple canes of raspberries to plant too, which I'm happy to take you on that journey. So thanks again, and I hope to see you at the next video.